Hello everyone, and welcome back to Gnomoria, the Scarred Land. Now, in the last episode, I left with the promise that I was going to search and search for ore. Well, that search didn't last very long, because about 5 minutes in, our season changed over from spring to summer. If you notice in the top right corner, it says first day of summer. And because our value was high enough, we had nomads arrive. Now, we had one nomad arrive. We also had a yak born. Pretty much the same time frame. So, two interesting things about that. One, we can, if the butcher shop is available, which it is, we can go to the yak pasture and we see that it was a female that was born. Now that is actually good and bad in two ways. One, it would have been nice to have a male born now so we could get working on our tailor shop and all of that good stuff now. But on the other hand, since it was a female, we'll have more yaks born even faster. So I mean, that's just double-sided coin basically. And then our other reason the game paused is our new arrival. Now, it was only one, so it's nothing, too fantastic, but our population has now been brought up to a total of 10. So we need to set our new gnome to a job. Now we don't have any names yet, so when we get some, we'll be naming them. But for now, we're just going to leave the names as is. But we do need to adjust the profession. And I would like to have another crafter, because we are getting to the point where we're needing them. So before we dive in, I'll show you literally how I got pretty much nothing done. You see, we still have coal. We still have the gems. Other than that, there's seems to be very little ore on this level itself. So I'm going to let them finish carving out what I have told them to do, and then we're going to move down. We're going to, if we don't find any ore, for now we're going to just give up on this level, move down to level 11, negative 11. Now that plan will change. If we come across a vein, we're going to mine out the vein we find, and then we'll move along. Go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Now with the arrival of our first gnome, luckily they have plenty of food out here. We need to deconstruct, and by that I mean remove the wall. I think I hit replace wall. We need build terrain. There we go. Mine the wall. That's what we need. We need to let him in. Now hopefully that will be prioritized rather quickly. And if it doesn't get done within a couple minutes of, the clock running, I'm going to prioritize building. Yeah, that's not getting done. Well, actually no, that's a mining, so come to think of it, all of these jobs are going to have to get done before that gets done, and he is going to starve, or not starve, die of thirst. So we're going to cancel all of these. There we go, and they should immediately go. Let him inside. Alright, great. Yes, please let him in. Right now would be a horrible time for someone to come and take him out when he's alone. Alright, you should... Well, since he's a crafter, and if he doesn't have anything to do, he's just going to kind of hang out there. And I have been neglecting my crafting stations a little bit. So what I'm going to do there... We're just going to give up on the search for iron, or, smeltable materials for now. And we're going to focus more on our colony itself, because there is still a lot we can do with just wood, and the stone that we have been given. The first thing I would like to do is just go ahead and make some weapons. So if we have any unwanted visitors show up, we can take care of them. Oh, they have a lot of build jobs to do, so I am also going to build another carpenter. We're going to get that going. And we're going to build a carpenter. Rotate that to face the same way. Let's see if there's anybody. Okay, there's nobody idle. Everybody is working. Let's haul this stuff out here. That's good. Hopefully nobody shows up while the gates are just wide open. Because we have nobody guarding them right now. That being said, he's about done. Let's go ahead and build that. Pause this, and we're going to give the hauler a job to do so that he stops going outside. So we're going to designate a stockpile for fibers. We're just going to put them in this spot right here for now. We're going to do a very high priority. Plant. Maybe not plant. Maybe cloth? Fiber. There we go. Cotton. And now instead of going outside and hauling that, I really want you to clean these up. Now the wall will get built, which it's already got somebody coming to build it. So I'm not quite ready to have people coming in to face us just yet. Built up before anybody goes outside, please. Or anybody comes inside. Oh, he got tired and wanted to go to sleep before finishing the job. Oh well, somebody else is coming to take it. Now again, if the goblins have shown up before and they were unable to get inside, this next time they come, they're gonna bring someone who's just gonna go right past my walls. But it does take him a minute to set up, so I will be able to go meet him with my soldiers. I'm not seeing anything. Alright, you're hauling that. Alright, we can now return our attention to searching for ore. And we're going to do that promptly. Now, unfortunately, they're going to be building a lot of torches up here first. And I could cancel them, but I will like to return here to mining again eventually. So we'll just tell them to build more torches. So that's furniture, torch, there, and there. You guys can take a little break from mining. We have the second carpenter built already. That is good news. And he's not being used. So we're going to use him. And we're going to pop out 2 shields. 3 shields. I like to have 3 guys with shields. That'll do. Now, depending on how long it takes them to get these torches made and placed, will be how long before we go searching for iron again. He's just gathering all the rocks that they made. Great. Let's take one last look around while we still have some daylight. Everything still looks clear. Okay. What are you doing out here? Just gathering? Alright. So we can cut down a couple trees here and there. We still need to set up a grove. We have some time before winter. I mean, we've already told them to plant it, but they've got other things to do. especially since I keep giving them jobs to do. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up a little bit. You've almost got all the torches done. You've built all of the shields. That's good. Why don't we build a couple extra sticks just to keep them on hand for when we need torches. They'll be built faster. So now that we have, let's see, yes, we have all of the all of the weapons and armor are now crafted. So I really don't see any reason to have gnomes that are just using their fists when they could have a weapon and a shield. So I'm going to set up a new uniform, and we're going to call this one Shield. Now, they will be told to equip any kind of armor that they can get their little hands on. Not gauntlet, any. But then we're going to specifically tell them to carry a wooden shield. And you know what? I'm going to actually name this Wooden Shield, because I will have a regular shield and then a tower shield later when we're past wood. And then of course the other hand will be any weapon that they can. I believe I can tell them any weapon, and they will pick up a shield first and then any other weapon. I have had them pick up 2 shields. So if that is happening, I might have to switch it from just any weapon to a stone sword, stone hand axe, or stone hammer. So let's go ahead and put any for now and see what happens from that. So we're going to do the position, of course. Wooden shield. The perk now, they will have guard, increased block chance and rate. Of course, retreat to equip uniform, retreat to refill ammo, retreat if bleeding is always important. And do not assist squad leader. I want the shield guys to spread out as much as they can. And then last, we set the uniform to wooden shield. And now our formation, we're going to make another formation. These guys will defend gnomes. When a gnome is spotted, they will come to defend them. And shield wall. Increase block chance and block rate for each member with a shield. The leader, of course, we're going to have everybody in this squad shields. And the squad will be called Shield 1. And we're going to put... Well, first... Ooh, I did not mean to put him in there. That's fine. He can be in there. We need to go to the naked squad and turn all of these vacant. That way those names do not appear on the list with an S. So then we come to here. I had a little glitch pop up. Let me just clear that. Come back into the screen. Squads. Shield 1. There we go. So we have L. Mirazzle. Wizzy. Rancher can... Yeah, Rancher. And Juan. So now they will all equip shields. And hopefully not double shields. Let's just slow that down a little bit. What time is it? 20. If I tell them to go train right now, they will all go equip. Fancy. There we go. Now I do need to make a couple more shields. Let's pause that real quick. Get a close look. We have a shield and a sword, a shield and a hammer, a shield and an axe, and just a plain sword. So we need to make at least 2 more wooden shields, I believe. Not an issue, I believe. Alright. Now that they are all equipped, I'm just going to turn that off. I don't have enough gnomes right now to have a whole bunch of people just fighting and then watching each other fight. But it's good that they're armed, so if an enemy does show up, they're a lot more likely to survive. Let's see our torch situation. Oh, all of our torches down here were given priority. That is good for me. I can continue mining. And I'm just going to do my 10 out, 10 out. And we finally have hit some ore. Hallelujah. I am going to let them go ahead and continue what they're doing with this. Because he'll come from the other side and be able to hit the same vein, hopefully. However, I want all of this iron that you can have. And now I believe it is definitely time to set up the forge. Currently it's doing nothing. It will only make bars if bars are required from another job. So this one, we're going to tell any bar, craft, repeat, forever. And then we're going to build more forges as we need them. Right now we definitely only need one. Took this long to find some copper. Ah, fantastic. This is the way it goes. I'm glad that we're getting some copper before our first attack, because we can start piecing together some armor. And pretty much every piece of armor a gnome has significantly increases his chances of survival. Starting with breastplates and helmets. Now, that's what we're going to be equipping everybody with first, is a breastplate and a helmet. Because if you take a direct shot to the chest, you can die. If you take a direct shot to the head, you can die. If you take enough hits to a limb, you're most likely to lose a limb, but you can still survive that. And the gnomes are pretty smart, you know, if their arm gets chopped off, they pretty much run away after that. They pretty much lose their will to fight when they lose an arm. They are not like the knight from the Monty Python. We have one more shield to build. Looks like everybody's pretty much going to sleep for now. How much straw do we have? Let's check our stocks at the top. Items, goods. Plant. Straw. We have 28 wheat straw. We have some being farmed now. We only have 3 cows, so let's go ahead and make 2 more straw beds. Straw bed. 1 and 2. I have no idea when those will be built, but it looks like our gnomes are pretty much on different sleeping schedules anyway. Which is good. You don't need as many beds in the beginning. They will eventually all have their own rooms, and the sooner they all have specific names, the more likely I will be to build them a bedroom. Yes, keep mining all of this lovely copper, and you are taking the copper up to be smelted. You are my new friend. I'm going to also start clearing away large sections of this floor to make room for many, many more of these kinds of buildings, like the forge and the furnace, and their respective stockpiles. And very, very, very soon we will start actually making this place look nice, with not just dirt walls, dirt floors, but finely carved stone floors. Ooh, we have a lizard. I don't mind lizards so much, because if they do go hostile, there is a good chance that they're going to hurt whoever they're hitting. But they're not as dangerous as the bear, who can just instantly kill a gnome. The lizard, you know, usually takes a couple hits, and if you have a fully armored gnome, even if he's armored in just copper, the lizard can never really do anything to him. He'll scratch for days at you, while you can just punch him to death if you like. Now you're still chopping down these trees. How are they doing on the mining? Not bad. We've uncovered another copper. So we've got quite a bit more copper, and as soon as we dig out this area here, I'm going to set up a small stockpile for ore. Now, ore can be placed inside of a crate, so I'm going to start manufacturing crates for stockpiling purposes, of course. And we do have copper bars. That is fantastic. I cannot start making armor until I get my tailor station set up, but I am going to have everything ready for it. Everything will be ready to go. You know what? I did start setting up an area. I'm going to remove this one. I don't know what I was thinking of doing it down here. This is going to be the kitchen. We will set up our tailoring stuff near the smelters so that the armor makers and the blacksmiths, yes, they are two different jobs, are able to make everything without having to go up or down different stories. Excuse me. Now I know they're not done mining yet. Oh, they're sleeping. Wake up. I need mining done. Much mining to be done. Yes, hauling is good too, but mining is better. Ah, yes, thank you. Now we can designate this area for our ores. Metal ore. We'll tell them all ores for now. And I want it to have a pretty high priority until I start noticing that my dirt and rocks aren't getting picked up. Then I will start dropping the priority on everything else. But I'd like somebody to grab a wheelbarrow and go down there and pick up all of that ore at the same time, instead of my guy who's smelting it to go down there and picking it up one at a time. That will take him ages to get it done, because we're going to start getting very, very low and far down. And sometimes, to avoid these kind of natural pockets that just are a natural harbor for enemies. I can almost guarantee that there are several enemies in this pocket right now, walking up and down the walls, just waiting for me to open an entrance inside and come out and eat my face. We're not going to give them that opportunity until we have the ability to defend ourselves from it. Okay, you are placing the first crate. That is very good. Now we can keep an eye on any more yaks being born or any kind of military activity. And I will be periodically checking this. You might just see me open it here and there and not say anything, because that would be there's nothing to report. He's probably making another crate. Daytime is almost over. Let's do a quick check outside. I know I might be going a little fast here. I'll try to slow it down. Still no unfriendly neighbors. I think there's a way to actually check. Oh yeah, here we go. The Nest Kingdom. Distance 7 days and 17. That is very far. That is how long it will take them to get to me. And then they have to travel back 7 days and 17 hours to report that, you know, they lost or they won. So once they get back, then the 7 days, 17 hours starts again. So that is really far. That is weird. Usually I get them about 3 days. No matter, we will keep ourselves plenty busy with lots to do. This isn't really going to be too much of a competitive-based Let's Play. I'm more into architecture and building big, fancy, you know, how big and how fancy can I make something. And we will be starting that in the next episode, but that's going to have to do it for this episode, so I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.